Have you ever started your spring garden and you put out all your little lettuces and your little onions, and you get the lettuce ready to make a salad, and come to find out you don't have any cherry tomatoes yet because they take forever out in the earth garden when they're going to grow up, be 7 feet. What I do is I start out some little determinant cherry tomatoes, and I start them from seed, and I'll grow them in containers. Once they get up past the seedling stage, I'll transplant them into small containers, because these little cherry tomatoes, determinant cherry tomatoes, they only get about this big, and they bush out a little bit, and they put all the fruit on one time, and you harvest all the fruit. After that bush is done. It's a determinant variety. But the good thing about it is they're ready in 60 days. So I can go ahead and put these in seeds right now, get them going. I can start my lettuce and my onions, and by the time the cherry tomatoes are done, everything kind of comes together pretty close to the same time, so I can make a full salad. So I'm looking forward to that. So we'll be back in the days ahead, and we'll take a look at how these are progressing, and we'll go through the transplanting process into the containers, and we'll watch these little fellers all the way up until we pluck them to make us a little salad. Hang around. Well, our little determinant cherry tomatoes that we want to grow in containers are ready to come outside and harden off. You can take a look at how beautiful the little guys are. And they've made some pretty plants, and I'm gonna let these harden off for about 4 days, and then we'll transplant them into some containers, so we'll have them out here readily available for salads. So we'll be back probably in about 4 or 5 days. See you later. All right, our little patio tomatoes have been making some giant strides. You can come up and take a little look at them. You can see they've done quite well. They're ready to be planted into the larger container, which they will spend the remainder of their life as container plants, with me picking them off every now and then. So today, what we're going to do is I'm going to use these containers here that I have filled with the reclaimed soil. And if you take a look at the end of the video, Nancy will put a little link out on the end of it. It'll take you to how to amend the reclaimed spent container soil, because that's what that is. So we've got that ready, and what I'm going to add to that for these plants is a little bit of lime, a little bit of blood meal, and a little bit of bone meal. Here's those two. The bone meal is for the phosphorus, which gives me a good root development and really pushes the blooms, and I want a lot of blooms because I want a lot of tomatoes, so I add the bone meal for that. The nitrogen, not quite as much, just a little bit, about 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon of the blood meal, about 2 tablespoons of the bone meal in each container. And then I put about a tablespoon of Epsom salt right into the soil. So let me get that put out. Bing Bing loves the way bone meal smells. He thinks it's dog food. Notice he thinks it's dog food. He likes the way it smells, but he doesn't eat it because he doesn't eat dog food. He eats off of my plate. Alright, I got all my ingredients in. The next thing I do is I water this down really good. Take a look at how much water I put in there. I fill it to where it stands in water up to the rim, and then I let that soak down. The reason for that is this reclaimed soil that I pulled out of the reclamation box is very dry, and it's had all that compressed peat put with it, which makes it even more dry. So you want to get a good saturation so it can dissolve the fertilizer that I put in there, and also make the soil pliable. So let me get all these watered, and we'll be ready to transplant. Okay, I've got several tomatoes here. What I want to do is I wanted to have 12 containers. So I take the very best of the cream of the crop, the very best, and I transplant them. And the way I do that is I dig a little hole right here. Can you see that hole I just dug? It looks to be almost about the depth of the plant that I'm going to put in. I come to the bottom of the container and I grab the top and I push with my thumb, see, and it pushes it up. That way I'm not grabbing onto the stem and disturbing. The least amount of impact that I have to the roots, the better. And see how intact that comes out and happy? You can see it's got good root development. And I put it right down in that little hole and I pull it around. Now it's in. As you can see, we have no fear of anything around here when Bing Bing's on duty. Somebody just walked by and he went to DEFCON 1. Okay, there we go. I've got the tomato transplanted. And what I'll do is I'll put 2 canes, 2 bamboo canes, and later on I'll be able to tie this up if needed. So let me get the rest of these done and we'll be right back. Okay, we got all of our tomatoes planted, and always remember, when you plant tomatoes, you always want to plant enough for friends and family and neighbors. You know, share as much as you can. It makes people happy when you bless them with a little bit of vegetables from your garden. So we'll see you back here in a few weeks, and we'll take a look at the progression of these little fellers as they're growing along, and all the way up into the harvest. So we'll be back in a couple weeks. Well, good morning. I wanted to give you an update on our determinant patio tomatoes and give you a little look at them. They're starting to put on the little greenies, so it won't be very much longer now, and we'll be harvesting these. And just keep in mind that these are determinant tomatoes, so they're only going to put on fruit one time, and then after that I'll pull the plants. We'll be back in a couple of weeks ahead, and we'll take a look at the pretty red ones, and we'll have us some salad. See you soon. Well, last night, for the 3rd night in a row, we've had another real hard storm here in Virginia. High winds and heavy rain. And it's done its damage to our little patio tomatoes, but let me bring you up close and let you take a little closer look at the carnage, and we'll talk about what we learned from that. We always want to learn from something when we have a failure. Even when it's not our fault, we want to always try to look for solutions. So let's take a closer look at this. Well, here we are, up close and dirty. Last night the storm actually lifted the containers all the way off the table and threw them out onto the ground. Now these were planted in 2-gallon containers. You can see here's where they bounced off the deck. And if you look up here, you can see that a lot of the containers were actually knocked all the way over. Now here's something I wanted to point out. Did you notice all these white buckets that are knocked over? They're all 2-gallon buckets. And they're quite heavy when you put soil in them, and especially when they're watered and wet, and they hold up just fine. Now, I ran out of the white containers, the 2-gallon. I had to use these 3-gallon containers. Now, notice something here is every single one of the 2-gallon containers were either knocked off or completely blown away, and the 3-gallon containers are still standing. So what you want to learn from this is, for these little patio tomatoes, you want to use a minimum of a 3-gallon container, because everybody's going to get a thunderstorm. And when these things get heavily laden with fruit, they're going to want to fall over if they're not staked down. But it looks like a 3-gallon container is the solution. So we'll see you back here. I'm going to pick up this, I'm going to try to revive what I got left here and see if I can't save some of them. So we'll see you soon. Well, today's a happy day and it's a sad day, both at the same time on our patio tomatoes. As with all determinant tomatoes, when they grow, the plants look great. They bear green fruit. The fruit starts to ripen, and then you'll see the plants die. So you see a sickly looking plant and you get kind of sad because you know the plant's fixing to die, especially if you've raised it from seed. You become a little bit of a mama and daddy to that plant, you know, raising it up from a seed. So it's sad to see it die, but you're happy at the same time because you're seeing all the fruit that it produced. So it's done its job. So don't be alarmed when your fruits come in to ripen and you see your plants wilting and going down. That's normal. That's part of the process for a determinant tomato, which is what these are. So me and Nancy are gonna pick us up everything on here that is not green. Anything that is not green the slightest bit, we'll pull it off, take it in the house and let it ripen the next couple of days on the dining room table and in the air conditioned where it's safe from the birds and the bugs, and they ripen real quick. They don't taste any different ripening in the house than they do ripening out here on the vine. 2 or 3 days ain't gonna make a difference. So let's get to it and enjoy these tomatoes while the getting's good. Well, I guess that's about enough for today, and there's still a whole bunch of greenies left up there on the bushes, so we'll come back and get them probably in about 3 or 4 more days. We get about 3 like that out of this amount of bushes. So we are really grateful for what the Lord gave us today. He's gave us a whole bunch of salad tomatoes here, so we're looking forward to that. So we thank you for watching, and I hope you got something out of our little journey together on our patio tomatoes. They've been real champions. They've survived 3 hailstorms. One of them had 50-mile-an-hour winds, blew them all away, but they have still got the job done. So they've been real champions for us. So we're thankful for the Lord for giving us these tomatoes, and we hope that you like our videos and subscribe to our channel and be a part of our YouTube family. So until we see you next time, always remember, by His hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Have a blessed day.
Thanks for watching our videos. We really love making them. If you like our videos, please like our Facebook page to get the latest tips and tricks. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the newest video. Like it, it would really inspire and encourage us. But most importantly, share it to encourage others. We'll welcome your comments and questions. Thank you. Have a blessed day.